Hello, this is John, Gamester81, and this is my review over Mario Kart 7. There are 3 modes in this game: single player, local multiplayer, and online multiplayer. I've played online multiplayer quite a bit. It runs very smooth, really well. I've not played local yet. We're going to play this in single player mode. You have 4 gameplay modes: Grand Prix, Time Trials, Balloon Battle, and Coin Runner. We're going to start with Grand Prix, and I'm doing this review in 2D instead of 3D because the 3D does not really pick up very well through the camera. Once you decide that, there are 4 classes, 50 class being the easiest, 150 class being the hardest, and mirror class you have to unlock, and that basically what it does is reverses the courses for you. There are 17 playable characters in Mario Kart 7. You start off with 8, you have to unlock 9 later on in the game. There are new characters like Metal Mario and Shy Guy, and you can play as a Mii like you can with the Wii version. However, Waluigi, Dry Bones, and a whole bunch of other characters like the baby characters not in this, and I'm still waiting for Donkey Kong Jr. to return. Once the character is selected, there are a bunch of customizable features, including your body of your car, the wheel, and parachute. You can unlock new items throughout the game by collecting 50 coins. Every time you collect 50 coins, you can unlock a new item. There are 8 cups, 32 courses in Mario Kart 7. Of those courses, 16 are brand new, and 16 are from previous Mario Kart games. Throughout the game, there are a number of ways to increase your speed. The first way to do it is at the start. You can, just like previous Mario Kart games, you can time it right and get a nice boost. You can also drift while turning. I believe this started in Mario Kart 64. It's a really nice play dynamic. I really enjoy that. And additionally, like Mario Kart Wii and in ramps, if you hit jump and you go off a ramp, you actually can increase your speed temporarily as well. There are a number of new weapons in this game, including this Fire Flower, which allow you to use fireballs in front of you or behind you temporarily. It's a really cool weapon. I'm surprised Nintendo didn't use it in previous Mario Kart games. One of my favorite weapons is called a Lucky 7, which takes 7 weapons and circles around you. You randomly pick which one you want. If you're far behind, you usually get it. As like most Mario games, if you're in front or your first 3 positions, you get weapons like Banana, you get a Super Leaf, which I'll show you in a second. You get weapons that don't necessarily help you get further along, but if you're behind, you get the Cannon, you also get the Lightning Bolt, and you get this Lucky 7. The last new weapon is the Tanuki suit, which is a raccoon suit. It's a Super Leaf. It allows you to whip your tail around by hitting enemies and deflecting weapons that are fired at you. You can't fly using this thing, unfortunately, which would have been really cool. One of the most unique new features for Mario Kart 7 is the ability to go in first person and go in manual turning mode. So when you tilt your 3DS, it's the way you move your kart. It's very cool, however, it's very tricky. I prefer the third person perspective only because I'm used to it. But I give Nintendo a lot of credit. This plays very similar to the Wii version. So if you're a big fan of this, definitely worth checking out. But personally, I prefer the third person perspective. One big letdown for me was I was under the impression that you could fly in Mario Kart 7. Unfortunately, that's not the case. You glide when you hit these big jumps. There are parachute releases and you glide. Definitely not the same thing as flying. I was thinking it was going to be like Diddy Kong Racing where you could fly. I wish they would have put that in there. Another big letdown is the 3D. It's good. It's okay. It's not great. It's more of a in-depth 3D. It's not a pop out of the screen 3D. And there's times when the coins, almost like when you're turning, almost look like there's multiple coins. You have to hold that at a certain angle. And I thought they could have done a lot better job with the 3D. Not a big fan of it. In fact, most of the time I'm playing this game in 2D. So the 3D does not add anything to this game. On a more positive note, the graphics for Mario Kart 7 are really good. I really like the underwater sequences when you're riding underwater. It looks really cool. And the controls are very solid. If you played a previous Mario Kart game, you're going to catch on really easily playing this game in third person perspective. For me personally, I really like the online multiplayer. It brings a nice high replay value for Mario Kart 7. You can play people from all over the world with very little lag from my experiences. I also like the fact that you can collect coins and unlock new upgrades. It also adds a new feature, and probably the biggest feature in exclusive 3DS is the Street Pass and Spot Pass feature. When you're walking by people, you can share information and actually race with them as well, which is very unique. Even though this is called Mario Kart 7, it's technically Mario Kart 9 because there's actually 2 arcade ports that Nintendo didn't really include in the series. But this is the 7th port to a home console. This track right here is my favorite track in the whole game. It's Rainbow Road. If you're a big fan of Mario Galaxy, they've added some elements to Mario Galaxy, and the graphics look really good and really sharp for this road. Definitely one of my favorite tracks in the whole Mario Kart series. There's really only one more thing I don't really like about the Grand Prix mode in Mario Kart 7, and that is the fact that it doesn't keep time, which is kind of surprising. Now, there is a time trial mode where you can race against you and a ghost character and keep track of time that way, but they don't keep total time of your track and tell you what your opponent's got either, which is really disappointing. The remaining 2 modes are Balloon Battle and Coin Runners. They're very similar. You have 8 players, and the object of Balloon Battle is to hit as many players in 2 minutes as possible. Unlike previous battle modes, you get 3 balloons, but once all 3 balloons are popped, the game's not necessarily over. You have 2 minutes to get as many hits as possible. You can change your weapons. You can do bananas only. You can do shells only. And the Coin Runners is the same concept. However, you're supposed to collect as many coins in 2 minutes as possible with hitting your other enemies as well. Overall, Mario Kart 7 is a really fun game. There's a lot of replay value. The graphics are fun. The controller is very solid. However, don't buy this game purposely to check out the 3D, because I believe you're going to be disappointed. 3D could definitely be better. I'm curious though, what is your favorite Mario Kart game? Thanks for watching. Take care and happy gaming.